wait. I'm going to do that again. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. That's much better. It is a full house. Even though the fire marshals aren't here yet, I'm going to consider it sold out. You know we have rock royalty. Please raise the rock signs in the air because we got rock shit here today. Absolutely. As usual, we want to thank Avid for having us here. Again, it's our winter home. We couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without these illustrious guests that we have. So put your hands together for Avid and give them a round of applause. Now we do our little calisthenics. Who was here yesterday? Was anybody here yesterday? Okay, cool. You know we have this little saying, you're at the place, and then you say... Okay, now yesterday's crowd probably, Richter scale, 3.5, thereabouts?
Well, that wasn't the big thing. That was the ugliest group of people I've seen since I've been touring.
Much prettier crew this time.
Much handsome, well, except for him. Everybody else looks pretty
Yeah, he's
good.
trouble. No, it's all right, cool. The plastic surgery worked. You're good.
No, I mean him.
Oh, cool. Oh, well, sorry.
No, him.
So let's disparage people.
Him.
So that camera is shooting for the show. This is going to be... Our next 3 shows, when you think about the guests we have yesterday, today, and then tomorrow, those are going to be highly watched shows. So if you embarrass yourself here, you're embarrassed for posterity to all your family. You get 1 practice try and 2 real ones. I'm going to go, you're at the place, you're going to do your thing. First one's practice, you're at the place. Decent, not that great. Decent. All right, 2 more. Ready? Give me some energy. Dave Mustaine is here. You're at the place. One more time and bigger. You're at the place. That's what the hell I'm
really
talking
good.
about there. Good
Thanks,
job. Give
guys.
yourselves a round of applause. We have limited time. Absolute rock royalty. Put your hands together for the incredible Dave Mustaine. Funny quick story. When I grew up in Canada, the Beatles were really big, and you could buy their Beatle boots, or you could buy stuff for their hair. So as a black kid, I had to go to my mom and say, Mom, how come I can't get Beatle hair? Like, it just won't do. The other hair I like to have, because this is some sexy rock and roll. You just have to shake your hair and girls just go nuts, right? So aspire to your
Don't do it, Dave. Don't do it.
Don't do
It's
it.
a
He doesn't have to. I have to do it. So we're going to have Dave Mustaine wigs coming out through Pensado's place soon. Just kidding.
Oh, my
just
God.
kidding. Needless to say, the fun part about the last 3 minutes before we prepped, as I walked up and saw their communication in the 2 seconds I have, it's one thing to have a rock god. It's another thing when they just seem like a really good human being inside. So that's a really nice thing we've been able to pick up. So much to go through. Let's shortchange it. You have lived at a seminal place, seen it all on the rock stars place, good, bad, and the ugly, aspired, achieved, and gotten there. What was interesting to me were the 3 guys who influenced you. Jimmy Page, Brian Tatler, Angus Young. How did they influence you, and what did you take from those guys?
Well, for me, a lot of people, when they look at guitar players, they look at them as soloists.
Yeah.
And solos are great if that's all you can do, but you can't write a song that's a solo without rhythm underneath it. And to me, Malcolm Young was the greatest rhythm guitar player ever. He influenced me as a rhythm guitar player. I liked a lot of the new wave of British heavy metal. To me, Brian Tatler was the best of the rhythm guitar players from the new wave of British heavy metal, excluding the boys from Merciful Fate. And Jimmy Page, I mean, I could sit here for 3 days and tell you how great I think he is.
Yeah. One of the things that I always get, they almost don't want to take away my NAACP card when I go, look, AC/DC's funky. I don't care. AC/DC is straight up funky.
Yeah, it's a boogie band, yeah.
Absolutely.
Dave, what's interesting is when people, I love what you said about rhythm and guitars, because most people, when they try to copy Zeppelin, they copy the wrong thing. Jimmy was a songwriter,
Yeah, he was,
one of the best songwriters, and all those incredible guitar parts amplified the song, and that's what I think has distinguished you from your entire career. You can solo as good as anybody, but you've always put the song first and songwriting first. Your lyrics are incredible. Not too many people write their own lyrics, write their own songs, do all the guitar parts. That's an incredible, unique situation. How much, when you sit down to write a song, what comes first? The lyrics, the groove, a lick?
The coffee.
The coffee. See, I'm not a songwriter, so I respect songwriters. I'm a pretty good guitar player. We could check that out backstage later on. But your writing skills are very impressive.
Well, usually what happens when I'm going to write something is I have to be inspired by something, and usually somebody pisses me off, and I'll pick my guitar up and I'll start playing. For example, the song Reckoning Day, I was driving in my SL convertible in Phoenix. We just moved there. I didn't know what a monsoon was, and I was caught in one. And I showed up to the studio, and I was soaked, and there was like 2 inches of water on my floorboards, and I went in there and I started punching my guitar. And I think that whether you're happy or you're sad, whether you're lonely or you're with a million people, you emote through your guitar. The guitar's helped me say things that I can't say with my mouth. I can say it with my hands because when you can play a piece of music and someone else can go, I feel what you're feeling through that music, then you've made a really cool bond with somebody.
You make a really good point. It's kind of hard to sing the blues when you got $5 million in the bank. It's kind of hard to express and play an instrument without some pain in your life, and you draw on a lot of sources and a lot of resources, and unfortunately you've had a lot to draw from. But that's, if anybody wants to know you, listen to your music, and I think that's the benchmark of what and who you are. Like Peace Sells, just the line, the opening line, I want to read it. The son says, the father says to the son in the opening line, what garbage are you watching? And I want to watch the news. And the kid goes, Dad, this is the news. He was watching some heavy metal stuff. That's amazing. I'm trying to find a question in here somewhere.
You're not doing a great job of it, I must say. The cute part is that Dave is so nervous, and he usually isn't. Because when
have you guys ever seen me nervous before? Let's go back to solos, because I love solos. I learned to solo before I could play rhythm, and I think that's a mistake. I think that's a real bad thing, because I had to learn rhythm. And I think the unsung heroes are the rhythm players. When you construct a solo, are you trying to make it melodic and another hook or another actual piece of music in the song, or are you just improvising? In terms of your thoughts?
It depends. It depends on what part of the song is. If it's a bridge
let's take
part,
a song.
If it's a solo, I'm just trying to explode through my guitar and just make it be as much of a physical kind of, without getting filthy. It's just kind of say what it is through my fingers.
Tornado of Souls. Yeah. Those solos. Those are worked out. All the harmonies.
Yeah, they are. All the stuff on all the records are worked out. Each guitar player that I've worked with over the years, I've gotten because they were better at soloing than I was, because I'm pretty confident with my rhythm playing, and I didn't want someone that sounded just like me. I wanted the two to dovetail together, and the combination of the two. Because if you add white and you add white, it's still white. If you add white and black, then you start to change the colors and everything. And I wasn't. That's not what I was implying.
It's quite all right. It's true.
But as you add colors into the palette, you start to change the songs.
So, in speaking of adding colors to the palette, when you're known so much in an idiom, a certain idiom, is there stuff that you listen to outside of rock and metal and so on and so forth?
Well, I'm forced to listen to country at my house because of my daughter. Right. But I don't really mind it that much. But there's some music that I listen to that I don't think people would really believe that I listen to. I listen to a lot of classical stuff. That's why I did the thing with the San Diego Symphony.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of jazz when I'm driving because it makes me not want to run people off the road.
And kill people, right.
You'd be surprised, since I moved to Tennessee, the traffic is totally different.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I haven't honked my horn once out there.
When we go to Nashville, it's where we go. We never want to leave because of things like that. It's really incredible. Because I find most people who have gotten to this, what people consider the top, often have really interesting influences way outside of what they get to the top four, and then that informs what they do inside their space and gives them some latitude to go be individual what they do. Is that fair? Do you think that's a fair thing? Because
for you to think, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking, what did he say?
Well, it's because if you do unique influences, you end up doing
you do other stuff. It will feather out and do all different kinds of things. You can look at a lot of different people, like with Osbourne's and the reality show and stuff like that, how it does a bunch of different things. So it just depends on what your goals are. If you're you're in music for the money, then people are going to know.
Yeah.
They're going to know, and you're going to be gone.
It shows.
You know, I've been here for a long time. I've been a professional musician for 30 plus years, and you know, there's been time. I was homeless for a very, very, very long time because I was in it for the music.
Uh-huh.
And that's, you know, still my credo.
We preach passion a lot, and we tell people get out of it. If you don't have passion, you're never going to get the whole run out of it. Speaking of passion, the touring side, you have toured the world countless times. Incredible tours. Alice Cooper, Motorhead, Dio, Iron Maiden, Blackmail the Universe, Gigantor, Big Four, on and on and on.
Like
You
Sabbath.
still have the bug
You mean
to go out
the
and
desire
perform
to go
in
and
front of
play?
audiences?
Yeah, I think that the bigger the band is that we're playing under, the more the fire. And I think that the smaller the band is underneath us, the more the compassion is to share. Because, you know, if somebody hadn't, you know, Ronnie James Dio and Alice Cooper. Alice is my godfather. Both of those guys were really, really cool to me, you know, and helped me a lot and really made me understand that if you don't treat the bands that support you well,
Yes.
because they're going to go up. You know
Absolutely.
what? And one day they're going to be headlining over you, and
see
you're going
them
to
going up past
get
you.
the dressing room with no toilet seat.
Exactly right.
Hey, Dave, when you're sitting around the house, what do you pick up a guitar and just noodle on and play for fun? Cat Stevens?
Play for fun?
Yeah.
Metallica songs.
Huh?
See, that's commitment.
All right.
Way to get
Tip
them
your
back.
waitresses, drive safe. We'll see you next time.
That's funny.
Because you like Cat Stevens. You like
I
stuff.
do. I think that he was a great songwriter. I don't agree with, you know, all of the political stuff and, you know, him being blackballed
He kinda
or whatever.
went
I don't
left,
really know
but
any of that
that's-
stuff, so that's none of my business. The songs is what I'm going to talk about.
T for the Tillerman. That's to me.
Yeah,
that's
a good
Cat
record.
Stevens.
Yeah, that was a good record.
You said once that a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. That's to me, that was the defining thing about you that I fell in love with. That so many musicians are 2D and you're 3D. You have a third layer of depth that's coming from somewhere. I don't quite understand where, but that philosophy, you told me earlier that was an Asian philosophy.
Yes.
And piggybacked on that, another thing you said that resonated with me is when you look at your heroes and you let them influence you, that's good. But if you want to be great, go to their influences and let those influences. Was that a benchmark of how you came up
Well,
with
it
your...
was. Instead of going to like people that were in the new wave of British heavy metal, you go back to the British invasion. You know, instead of looking at the American thrash movement, look what influenced them, which was the new wave of British heavy metal. You know, don't go to the people that you love so much. If you love them so much, go to where their fire was ignited. What set them on fire?
Yeah, much more telling there. Much more telling. So as you observe the scene, or do you observe the scene? And if you do, does it excite you? Do you see things coming in the rock space that you like? Do you think it's in trouble? Give me your take.
Some of the music I think is really exciting. I think that metal has been pushed to extremes right now, but when it gets to the point where it's so extreme, you've got to think, you know, can people understand what you're saying? Can people differentiate the notes? Can they tell, is it a song or does it just sound like someone's turned on the garbage disposal?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm excited about what's happening with music. I'm excited what's happening with the technology. I think the bad part about that is that a lot of people that should not be in a band and out on the road touring and clogging up the road are out there. Like there's a lot of pre-manufactured bands. They write like one little lick and then they cut and paste and cut and paste and cut and paste and they make a whole song. You know, there's tons of bands out that, many of them are platinum even now, that have done that. So, I mean, I like playing from beginning to end. If you make a mistake, do it over. Don't tune it. But that's, you know, what a lot of the things that you know, the technology has made for people. In certain circumstances, you don't have the time to do that. Like if you're a session cat and you're working for a TV show, hey, it doesn't matter that the rhythm is terrible. It doesn't matter that your solos sound like Rick Springfield. I don't care. You know, you got to do your job. Because in those circumstances, the music is like a second thought. But when music is your primary thing, you really got to pay attention to it. The more genuine it is, at the end of the day, the better you can sleep with.
Yeah. Yep.
How many guitar players in the audience?
Yeah.
This one's for you. Are you still using the Dunlops, the picks? Same thing. I fell in love with them. I just love the texture.
Tortex?
Yeah, and the stiffness. Are you using the green or the purple?
I use the yellows.
The yellow, so a softer one.
Well, I choke up really short on it, and,
Oh,
and I
okay.
bend them.
And are you still playing the Flying V?
I play YV. It's a VMNT by Dean. Yeah.
Why? Well, I know why you picked it. So let's skip to something else. Can you tell me your? Are you still using Marshalls?
Yeah.
The new ones?
I have a ton of Marshalls.
Oh, okay.
I've got one of Randy Rhodes' heads too.
Oh, Randy, why'd you have to say?
It's got a bunch of
Randy?
landmines around it, so no one can even go near
Exactly right. IEDs.
Man, and I miss that guy. That guy,
Yeah, he was
that was a
great.
big influence on my playing because his mother was a teacher, my mother was a teacher, and I felt some kind of simpatico. And pedals, which do you use a lot of pedals?
My stuff is basically from the Fractal, the rack unit, the XFX2, and I do have a little pedal that I did with Zoom. But for me, out on the road, it's all rack-mounted stuff because, when you're on those big stages, your gear's moving so fast, you don't have time to go out there and say, oh, I need a 9-volt for my pedal. You say, no, I need a new tech because my 9-volt was out. And, this kind of stuff. Because at that level, you don't have the luxury to be dicking around up on stage.
On the Fractal, are you using their really cool board with all the
The tech is,
Oh.
on my stage, it's just me and a mic stand.
So he would
That's
be
it.
switching for
No
you.
monitors, no nothing.
Really?
Yep, as clean as it could possibly be. I want people to focus on my hands and my lip.
Nice. Inner ear monitors, nothing?
I have in-ear monitors.
Inner ears.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
We have side fills, but they're like AC/DC Kiss volume.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Can I do a home run thing really quickly?
Yeah.
So, Cole, will you come just right here and stand for 2 seconds? Somebody take a picture of Cole and Dave Mustaine. That is our assistant. That's Dave's mix assistant. He's a heavy metal drummer. He's been so excited that he literally came to NAMM and stood in line 2 weeks ago. He has been standing here forever. He's so excited. Thanks, Dave.
Guys,
so
Cole-
you have your dream.
Cole was managing his band at 13 years of age,
Was.
planning tours, skipping school, and Dave Mustaine is his hero. So what you witnessed was a
Let me
thank you.
tell you, he has been so excited. I was like, Cole, you don't have to stand in line at NAMM. We have some connections. It's also December. Like, it's not till the end of January. So
it's a little early to get in
it
line.
was a little early.
The song "Ashes in Your Mouth." How did that lyric come about? That's one of my favorite songs. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, of course. The song is about war, and it's a lot about
Oh, what a great metaphor for it.
the taste of vindication is like ashes in your mouth, because we talk about the blood and toil and the life and treasure that's spent. So many wars this country's been in. Are they legit? Are they not legit? Do we win? Do we not win? How did we win? Did we cause it? Are we aiding the enemy? And that kind of stuff. So at the end of it, all wars are just inability for people to communicate and to be able to reconcile.
It seems so timely for today, that song, don't you think?
A lot of Megadeth songs are timely for today.
They are timeless. And
Especially Volley
Hangar
Wars.
18, that's one of my favorites. I apologize, I don't get a chance to do this, so these are some things I need to know. Hangar 18, what was the impetus for that?
Hangar 18 was a song that was written in the band I was in before Metallica called Panic, and it was under a different title.
Right.
And when I went into Metallica, I didn't use that song. After we had formed Megadeth, that's when I pulled that back out. In fact, the song Rest in Peace was written before in Panic also.
Oh.
And that song was called Child Saint. It was actually played by a band. I was at a party one night and I wanted to get free liquor from these guys, so I said, I'll show you a little part. They learned the whole damn song. I was so freaked out because I'm driving down the freeway with Junior and we're listening to KNAC, and the guy goes, and that was Child Saint by Child Saint. And I was like,
I just taught them that.
yeah, it was so bad. So we ended up talking to them and they went, hey, that's okay, whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
I
we ended
understand.
up recording it later.
I know this is a stupid question, but I've got a friend that I can't tell who it is because he's real well known, and sometimes he just sings gibberish lyrics so that when he goes to clubs, he can see what they sang when they're copying his songs. When you go to a club and they're playing your songs, or what, do you ever go, that's the worst shit I've ever heard?
My songs?
Yeah. Or do you go, I'm proud, they're covering my songs. Okay.
I got a question for you. when you've been a warrior of life and you've got all the bruises and stuff, and then you have those kind of inspirational moments, and some of them can be spiritual. Is when you at that place in your life when that has happened, most recently with Christianity and stuff. Does that inform your music? Limit it? Does it take you to other places?
I don't
separate church and state.
I don't push my spiritual beliefs on anybody. I try to be nice to everybody. I know a lot of people don't like me. That's cool. I don't like them either. But it's like
I like it. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's fucking cool.
I try and go through life and leave a good impression, because at the end of my life, what am I? Who am I? What did I do? Who did I help? It's not all about me. I've had a great life. I've lived probably twice as long as I thought I would. And
I don't mean to laugh.
yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Smart people grow old.
That's exactly.
Yeah, you don't get old by being a dumbass.
That's right. And you know what? That is instructive both to our crowd here and to the audience at home. You have to engage all your cerebral stuff also with your inspirational things. They go hand in hand, and what will keep you around is that balance. If you just go one way or just the other, that's kind of where you'll end up. If you combine that stuff and manage that stuff and grow from people and learn from people and stay curious, then you get to other places. Fair statement?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.
Plus, these guys know me. I hate lukewarm. I like hot or cold. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
And man, my friend, I respect you so much for that. It makes
Thank
your
you.
life a little more complicated, but
It does, but
I just
speaking
like
the truth is-
consistency in people. I just hate it when.
What were you going to say about speaking the truth?
Speaking the truth is the most rebellious thing you can possibly do. That is rock and roll.
What a
Going
great
around.
way.
If you're going to make everybody happy, you're a pussy. You have somebody is going to get upset. If you're being true to yourself, you're going to make some waves. I break rules. I don't try to break laws, but I will break rules, and that's how I live my life. I'm not afraid of anybody. I never have been. I know there's plenty of people out there that can hurt me really bad, but you know what? That's their trip.
We'll be all right. We'll get through that. Absolutely. And by the way, anybody who likes Get Smart as a television show has got to be able to give people the finger, because that's
that's a good show.
unique taste. Absolutely.
You embarrassed my buddy, man.
Oh, man, me and him are having a good time. You're the one trying to figure
He's
out what to
pretending.
say. No.
I'm a guitar player. He likes me better.
Okay.
We should do a show with you one day with just your quotes. Go to Google and look up his. Am I wrong?
Not at all.
What's your favorite quote by him? Oh, my favorite is say which one? Yeah.
They can't hear her.
Oh, the one that Dave just mentioned was her favorite quote. My favorite quote is, "Jazz is cool, but I just don't like guys with the guitars the size of a Chevy." You guys aren't going to get that, some of you, but jazz players play these massive hollow body big guitars. That was cold, man. That was cold. But I love it. That's my favorite quote right now.
You guys like doing this a lot, huh?
Yeah, because I'm so used to getting
Germs.
all sorts of STDs from this crowd. This is a germ-laden crowd, so I'm just warning you now.
And there's measles at Disneyland, so we need.
Oh, I know.
Band dynamics, if you don't want to go down this, I would certainly understand why, but I had so much trouble keeping bands together. As I matured, I think I could do it a little better now, but along the way, you want to work with other people, but yet just the energy expended in trying to be the main guy and keep bands together, as you've matured, is it become any easier, or is it still just as hard? Because you want individual thinkers, but yet those are the wrong. It's impossible, isn't it?
Well, I think when you get in a band, you kind of think everybody's wearing the same uniform and everybody's on the same team. But sometimes, guys in bands, they meet Mrs. Right Now, and they come into the band, and it's like in Spinal Tap. There's somebody already in the organization,
Yeah.
So sometimes that has happened. I think if you look at history, drugs, money, or women have ruined every band in existence. And unless it's a girl band, and then it's guys, or unless you're living an alternative lifestyle,
That's a
then
new
you fill in
time.
the
You might
blanks.
want to revise
exactly.
that.
But
thought, too.
for me, I think the best thing to do is be honest with the people that you play with, and I think that we've had a lot of lineup changes over the years because people have changed their mind about what they wanted Megadeth to be, and Megadeth is in here. It's not out there. So when other people try and change it, you know, I'm open-minded to it. But if it's not Megadeth, it's not right. And sometimes, you know, we've had personality problems. A lot of the breakups were over drugs because there was a period for a very long time that the band, everybody had their own drug of choice because that's how it was back then.
That's right.
So
That must have been impossible to keep
it
a
was
band
really hard.
together.
The hardest part was having a drug problem and having money because the drugs weren't a problem. So, you know, you were always dealing with this and smuggling into that country and doing this and doing that and stuff. And it got to be so exhausting doing that.
Yeah.
And we just said, you know what, you guys are gone. And started over. You know, David Ellefson's been sober almost 25 years.
There's a lot of guys out here that are putting bands, and they're here because they idolize you. What one piece of advice would you give them in terms of starting?
Just be honest with the guys that you're playing with. Be careful who you pick because you tell somebody that they're in the band with you, you also have to tell them that they're not. And at some point, you know, it's going to hurt. You know, and if you're that kind of person that gets off on hurting people, then cool. But if you really care about the people that you're playing with in the first place, being in a band with people is as close as you can get. Forgive me for saying this, but it's the closest you can get without having sex with each other.
Yeah.
Because that's the only place left for you to go. Because you're that close. You're putting your minds together. You're putting your talents together. You're putting your skill, your sweat, your blood, your time. You're sacrificing your kids. I sacrificed everything that I wanted to be in Megadeth. And for me, it paid off.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't compromise my values. A lot of times I was out of fashion, but you know what? I still had these, and that's all that mattered.
Absolutely those. We have taken you past your time. You've been generous with your time.
Oh, man. My bad.
We'd love to do this again inside our studio where we have a little bit more controlled environment and have some fun. Can we get in touch?
Yeah, sure. I love it.
Folks, put your hands together for absolute rock royalty, Dave Mustaine.
You're welcome. Thank you.